but how these overnight queues impact our own markets. We have our research team joining in to tell you just that. What will the trade setup look like, the stocks that will be in the news, and the action from the F&O space as well. Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you. Rima, let me come across to you first up. Looks like a down day for our own markets.
Yes, the GIFT Nifty is currently suggesting a slightly lower start. The global handover has been very weak. The Dow, the S&P 500, NASDAQ losing 1 to 1.5%. And, you know, if you just cumulate the losses the US markets have seen in the month gone by, it's actually quite staggering. So month to date, the Dow is down 3.2%. The S&P 500 has erased 5.2%, and the NASDAQ has plunged close to 7%. In that context, the Indian markets have been quite the outperformers. Month to date, the Nifty, the mid-cap index are all up more than 2%, 2 to 2.5%. So at a time when the US market is struggling, the Indian markets have clocked in a big outperformances. The question is, can this sustain? You know, the global backdrop, just to labor on the point about US markets, the economic data was weak, the consumer confidence, the new home sales, the US 10-year yields continues to be above 4.52%. Yesterday, the Indian markets traded in a very narrow band between 19,650 to 19,700. So practically unchanged. But tomorrow is going to be the September expiry, and that's going to be crucial. In terms of flows, the DII's net bought 714 crore, the FI's net sold 693 crore. Month to date, the FIs have sold more than 21,000 crore rupees, while the DIIs have bought a little less than 15,000 crore rupees. And while we'll talk more about the secondary market action, the primary market action continues to be hot as we come to the close of this half year. So Signature Global Size Silks will list today, while Valiant Laboratory IPO opens for subscription. Back to you.
Oh yes, so there's a lot of action in the primary markets, but a lot in the secondary market as well. So let's talk about all the stocks that will be on our radar. Abhishek is joining us now.
Well, Vedanta Resources, CFR, Moody's have downgraded the rating to Caa2. Outlook remains negative. For Pratap Snacks, GST authority have conducted search and seizure at its Bangalore manufacturing unit. Suzlon Energy, Dilip Sanghvi and associate have terminated the agreement of being an investor group of the company. So Hiten Timbadia, investor group's nominee director on board, has resigned as well. REC and PNB, they have signed MOU to co-finance infra project debts worth about 55,000 crore over the next 3 years. DCM Shriram Fenesta increases its extrusion capacity by over 40% in quota. So annual capacity now will be at about 12,284 metric tons versus 8,600 metric tons that they had earlier. Welspun Specialty, they have received orders worth rupees 21 crore for stainless steel bars from a domestic customer. Borosil Renewables, there is update on their income tax demand notice, which has been quashed and disposed writ petition in favor of the company. This was amounting to about rupees 19.5 crore. RK Forging, they have approved conversion of warrants into equity, and they'll also consider and approve fundraising by equity in the future as well. Century Textile, its arm Birla Trimaya Phase 1, 100% has been sold out. So the company has received booking value of about 500 crore for 556 units. Back to you.
Okay, all right. Those will be the stocks on our radar today. Let me go across to Manglam joining in with all the cues from the F&O space. Hey, Manglam.
Good morning. So if you're looking for cues which are different from the last few days, you will be disappointed because the market has been, in a very similar mood in the last couple of days where it was a range-bound mood and the Nifty ended largely flat as compared to the previous close line. Yesterday, the range on the Nifty was a measly 60-odd points itself. The FIs, they continue to sell in the cash markets. However, the quantum of selling has been declining over the last few trading sessions, and yesterday it was arrested under 700 crore itself. But they're selling in index futures as well. Yesterday was some long positions being unwound, and as a result of which their long exposure now stands at 48%. Remember, this at the peak was close to around 66 odd percent, so it's now come down to 48% from there itself, 1 day ahead of expiry. Because the market has been in a bit of a range, option writers are continuously playing for that range itself, hoping that this sustains for expiry too. So 19,700 call has seen a fair amount of writing, a lot of open interest built up out there for a premium of 50 rupees, telling you that 19,750 upwards could be a bit of a resistance. However, at the lower level, 19,600 is a support zone. 19,650 put writers are pretty active. So it'll be interesting to see whether the GIFT Nifty implied downtick gets bought into first thing in the morning itself or not. Because there is strong technical reason for support around that 19,600, 650 as well, which is the 50-day moving average at 19,634, coincides with yesterday's low. On the way up, 19,750 faces resistance largely because of the 20-day moving average of 19,739 as well. But it has been a stock-specific market, a lot of stocks moving around. And yesterday, we had Delta Corp, after being out of band for just one trading sessions, got back into F&O ban. India Cement has got back into F&O ban as well. And Granules is out of F&O ban. So that's something we'll be watching out for.
Okay, all right. Thank you guys for joining us. So that is the trade setup for the day. Time for a break now. When we return, the Indian government releases its borrowing calendar for the second half of the fiscal. More details on the other side. Stay tuned for that.